Good morning on this Sunday morning. 50 days since October 7th, since the Black Shabbos. In the last few days we've been seeing hostages, children, babies, mothers being released. It's been gut-wrenching. From one side, we've been so warmed by seeing these young kids running to embrace their parents, but on the other side, we've had to come to terms with the fact that so many of them don't have parents, or their parents have been murdered. Whereas one girl that was released yesterday, who was in captivity with her mother, she was released, but she was separated from her mother 2 days before she was released, and her mother is still in captivity in horrific situations, as some of the hostages have told us. But I wanted to share with you a Dvar Torah. I'll tell you something I said yesterday about mitzvah. You know, the beginning of this week's portion, Jacob runs away from his father-in-law, who's been persecuting him, and he goes to confront his brother who wants to kill him. And Esav comes with 400 men, the best of his fighters, to take revenge on Jacob. But Jacob sends messengers to appease him and to try to find a way, not appease him, but to make peace with him. And the Torah tells us, in one of the most enigmatic stories in the Torah, how Jacob splits his family into three, and he crosses over this little bridge, and then he realizes that he forgot something there, and he goes back, and it's the middle of the night, and he struggles with someone till dawn rises. And the rabbis say, who was this person he struggled with? It was the archangel of Esau. But then after he struggles with him, Esau's angel injures him, and Jacob gets hurt on his hip, right? That's why we don't eat filet mignon until today, the Jewish people. It's in this week's Torah portion. But then something remarkable happens. The morning comes, and Esau's angel says, I need to go, you gotta let me go. And Jacob holds on to him, still wrestling with him, and Jacob gets the better hand, and Jacob says, I won't let you leave till you bless me. And the rabbis ask, what kind of ridiculous thing is this? Why would you ask your arch enemy, the person who fought with you, who injured you, who wanted to kill you, why would you ask them for a blessing? And of course, Esau's angel has no choice, and he obliges, and he blesses Jacob that your name should be not Jacob, which means to hold on to the heel and to fight to be someone else, but your name should be Yisrael, which means you are a leader, you are a head. But why would he ask him for the blessing? And the rabbi says something so moving. Jacob was teaching his children for eternity. We're called the children of Jacob, the children of Israel, which is the name he gets today. He was teaching his children of Israel that we were going to be through a dark and challenging exile. There will be times in our history when we will be walking in the middle of the night on a dark bridge, and we will be wrestling with those who hate us, those who want to kill us. It will be dark, it will be painful. But we can't allow any circumstance, we can't allow anything in our lives that come upon us we can't allow it to leave us without it blessing us. Jacob turns to Esau's angel and says, yes, you hurt me. I'm limping. I wrestled with you, but I will not allow this experience, this happening to leave without finding a blessing, without finding something that will allow me to grow, that will allow me to become better. And that's when Esau's angel realizes this is a person who needs a new name, Li Rosh, I am a leader. Because the survival of the Jewish people and what has allowed us to grow has always been that in the depth of the darkness, we have become stronger and we have found blessings. If it was the Holocaust, the pogroms, and all those things that happened to us, we always grew. We never played victimhood, and we always took the blessing in the darkness and became stronger. No one could deny that October 7th was one of the most painful days in the history of the Jewish people. But no one could deny that the Jewish people, Israel and the diaspora, refused to leave until we found a blessing within it. And that's the power of the Jewish people. Think about what we've done. Think about the unity. Think about the strength. Think about the courage. Think about the optimism. Think about the hope that the Jewish people have had. You know, last night I was by a bat mitzvah, and we did Havdalah, and I told them that there's a famous explanation of why we use a braided candle for Havdalah, yet when it comes to lighting Shabbos candles, we use two separate candles. And the rabbis tell us that the reason is because before Shabbos, we're two souls that are separated. But yet after spending the Shabbos together, after 25 hours of Shabbos, we become braided and intertwined like one soul. And I said there's the before October 7th and the after October 7th. Before October 7th, we were splintered. There was no unity. We were fighting each other. We were two separate candles. But since October 7th, we become braided, intertwined. We realize that Arabim Kal Yisrael Zeh Bazeh, that we need each other. And that's the blessing. Lo Ye'elachim Barachtani. Jacob refused to let him leave till he got a blessing from the archangel of Esau. And we will refuse to let October 7th not leave us with a blessing of unity, of coming together. I saw a remarkable little clip on Friday of this soldier who's been in Gaza for 6 weeks, and he was tired, and he went to bed. But where was the safest place he found to take a nap? He went onto the top of his tank. He hadn't slept in days properly, and he fell asleep. And suddenly someone comes and wakes him up. And the people his fellow soldiers try to stop him. But he opens up his eyes, and he looks and he smiles. It was his father. His father was a reservist and was also fighting in Gaza, father and son together. And when he woke up and he saw his father, the embrace of his father, he knew that it was worth our waking up. He knew he felt safe. He felt that comfort, that love. And that's the story of the Jewish people. We're all father, mother, brother, sister. We are one. We are intertwined. We are braided. And we will not let this moment of October 7th leave us till we grow stronger and become closer and have the strength to overcome our adversaries and to overcome those who want to annihilate us. Have an awesome day.